Hello, boys and girls. Hello. How are we all doing? It's been ages. It's been ages since I've done a normal stream. Last Wednesday, nearly a week. How did that happen? I missed 2 streams, and all of a sudden, it's nearly a week since I've last done a stream. How the devil are you all? Are we all good? Is everybody happy? Have we all had a delightful few days? Are we all finally caught up on the network game stuff? Now we've got all the videos out, because we did 10,000 videos this week. I think it was 3, but it's close, somewhere between 3 and 10,000. It felt like a lot of videos, but we are fully caught up. Network games back on Thursday. This is normal Football Manager. This is the Leamington save, which we will get to in a minute, but we've got this coming up today as well. Are you excited for this? Found this in the co-op when I was in there grabbing some lunch. Finger football, tinned fun, a classic game in a tin. So we might pop the top on my finger football, because that just seems excellent. Even tells me what each tin contains. They've put a lot of thought into this. Hide your head behind the tin, Kev. Come on, can we focus on the tin now? There we go, look. Shows you what each tin contains. They've put thought into this product. £2 because it was in the Christmas clearance stuff. Also, at some point this afternoon, we've got this to open up. This has just arrived in the last 10 minutes or so. I haven't necessarily saved it for the stream, but I mean, it's just arrived and I haven't opened it yet, so we can open that at some point as well. But yeah, should we do some Football Manager? As Chris is here, it has reminded me I have to do a proper intro as well. An intro for the video. So we'll knock out a quick intro for the video, and then we will get cracking. I've just realised we ended on a cliffhanger on Wednesday, didn't we? I've had nearly a week to think about this, and still don't know what I'm going to do. Oh, YouTube intro incoming. I think that's why he turns up at the start of the stream, just so we can make sure I do this. Pac-Man's not looking properly. There you go, Pac-Man. Sort your life out. Goodness me. You haven't got your crown on either. Hold on. Oh, need to put my crown back on Pac-Man. We'll be needing that again sometime soon, if it ever happens. Right, where were we? Oh, boys and girls, we left the last video on a cliffhanger because we've made a bit of a mistake. Our best player this season, Paris Maghoma, we may have agreed to sell him if we get an offer at a certain level, and we've had the offer at that certain level, and we now have to decide, do we sell our best player for almost nothing and risk promotion, or do we keep him and risk him being really grumpy and also risking promotion? I'm struggling to work out how we come out of this in anything other than a disaster. There you go, boys and girls. YouTube intro complete. Yeah. Paris Maghoma. What the hell are we going to do with Paris Maghoma? If you recall, I promised I'd sell him if we received an offer of 55,000, which if this had been 6 months ago, I wouldn't have minded. Last season, he had a really off season. He was really good the first couple of years. Had a really quiet season last year. Wasn't a regular starter. I was pretty much done with him. But this year, he is back with a bang. 19 starts, 8 goals, 5 assists, 4 man of the matches, and a 7.32. It's such a low amount to have agreed to, but it's all he would agree to. So do we sell him and then have to cope without him? Or do we keep him and risk... I mean, he's a senior player as well, I think. Hierarchy, that's what I want, isn't it? He is... Yeah, he's a highly influential player. If we keep him, he's going to cause all manner of problems. I think we've got to sell Paris Maghoma. It really troubles me. But I just don't see that there's a good outcome if we sell him. I don't think we'll get a loan back, because he's 26 and I think they're planning on using him straight away. It's a non-negotiable offer. I mean, I guess we could... Can we accept it and then immediately ask for the loan back? We've got to accept it. Is there any way to ask for the loan back the way... Because when you do this with the AI, if I make an offer for a player and they accept it, they'll then come back in an inbox message and ask for the loan back. I could offer him a new contract, but he's unhappy because he wants to leave. Yeah, he's not going to do a new contract. And a new contract wouldn't change the promise I've made to him anyway. And also tying into the fact he's out of contract at the end of the season and he wouldn't renew because he wants to go to a bigger club. So I guess it's a case of cashing in on him now. Let's try and talk to him again. I think it's probably too late. Is there anything we can even talk to him about now? I just want to say, please don't go. But I think he's going. Money-wise, we're still way over all our budgets and will be after he goes, which is a problem because it means we're going to lose our best player and not be able to replace him, which is really troublesome. We'll be fine. Wider context to the save, we're 32 games in, so 2/3 of the way through, and we are well off the pace for automatic promotion. We started terribly. If you look at our graph of the season, we started really poorly, and it's been something of a resurgence. The worrying thing is, the resurgence started when I put Maghoma back in the side, if you remember. He wasn't in the team the end of last season. He didn't start in the team either. He got back into the team around here, and has led us back up into the playoffs. Now, you know I'm great at the playoffs. We'll be fine. We may have lost our last 11 playoffs. All that means to me, statistically, is that we're almost guaranteed to win the next playoffs, because it's like if you toss a coin 12 times and it comes up heads 11 times in a row, you've got to feel like you're almost guaranteed. Whatever the other one is. I've lost my own analogy. Did I say heads or tails? This is the problem we have going into these playoffs. Yeah, I think we just have to make do with what we've got. Could you offer to loan him out to clubs with a loan? Offer him out to clubs with a loan back in the deal. That's a genius idea. Let's try that. Although he's got his heart set on Cambridge, I think. But if we offer him to clubs with a loan back until end of season and see what happens, and that might just work. Is this the opening in the team that Theodros needs? Well, you keep telling me he's a striker, so probably not. I mean, he's going to have to play midfield now. But yeah, it's a worry. Oh, good. Someone else who's really good, but we can't bring in because we've got no money. Unfortunately, the 12 toss is also a 50-50. Yeah, but it doesn't feel like it, does it? It doesn't feel like a 50-50. Jimmy, thank you very much for doing 6 months in advance on your sub. What a beautiful thing. The pressure's on me now to stream for the next 6 months. This is unexpected. Also, thank you to Morgan, who's in for 14 months. Random John's in for 15 months. Thank you to both of you. Anna's here, everybody. Everyone say hello to Anna. Hello, Anna.
Just in a bad mood.
Oh, good. Please come and join the stream. Jeez. What a way to enter. I'm just in a bad mood. Well, do you want to play finger football? I've got, before anyone thinks that's dirty, I've got a tin of finger football. Tin fun. A classic game in a tin. Do you want to play finger football? Soul JC, thank you for 2 months. AD3MJ, thank you for your prime as well. Don't lean on it. The chair is broken. You cannot lean on it at all. I can feel it breaking. I've broken my chair. Chris, thank you for 30 months. You're a madman. He's using the money I pay him to sub back to me. That is the spirit right there.
Yay, hype train!
What she said. Yeah, when I was doing my tax return at the weekend and getting really angry with it, I just slumped back in my chair and I got most of the way back and then it just went clunk and fell the rest of the way. And now it just has no support to it at all. So I think I've broken my chair. Do not fiddle with it now. At least I can sit on it and stream now. Goodness me. Jimmy, thank you for 5 gifted as well. Very kind of you.
Who works for Very then?
No, I don't think any of it. No one from Very would have the balls to show up in this stream after what's gone on this morning.
Who works at Very?
Andy's new bed was, if you've not seen on Twitter, Andy's new bed was supposed to be delivered by Very this morning, and we paid for them to collect the old bed as well, and they didn't even turn up. They rang and said, your next delivery, just confirming you're in. And we were like, yeah, just confirming you're collecting as well. And he's like, no.
The thing is, the first thing he said was collection. I went, yes, and delivery. And then he went away, and then he came back. He went, oh no, just delivery. I was like, no, collection. I paid nearly £40 for you to take it away.
She's not very happy.
Because you paid for it, so you didn't have to take it away.
Yeah, I know. So yeah, because they couldn't take his old bed away, we had to decline delivery of Andy's new bed because, I mean, what are we going to do with 2 beds? Eh? What are we going to do with 2 beds? It's madness. Martin, thank you for 20 months. And Mike's in for 28 months as well. Have some more money for tax. Thanks, Mike.
Oh, don't talk about tax.
We've already talked briefly about the tax.
God. I'm
very upset.
Just stand.
Yeah, because I was so cross.
Just standing.
It wasn't even the tax that's the problem. It was the student loans. I didn't and the national insurance. I didn't realise how much they would go up by. My self-employed app doesn't tell me those things. It only tells me tax. So I had enough money for my tax and a little bit extra saved up on top of it. And then it's like, oh, by the way, can we have another £6,000, please? No! So yeah, £6,000 more than I was expecting to pay. Very sad. So Samuel Muller, we can't let him go, and we've not agreed to let him go, have we?
Yogurt?
But he is the yogurt. That's what we refer to him as. He does. He takes the corners. See, she likes that. He's going to want to go, isn't he? Oh, he's going to get grumpy with me rejecting this. We can't lose Muller and Maghoma in the same window. Who the hell's Reese McConnell? You're going to be playing, Reese. You ain't going anywhere. Do you want... I mean, they're not offering... I need 100% of his salary. Thanks. Keep it in Amy's bedroom while she's not with us. I mean, well, she's got a bed in there as well. As an accountant, I can tell you're doing well. Oh, yeah, I'm delighted. Oh, I'm absolutely delighted. I've got another 6k to pay in tax as well. Good. It wasn't just me. It's almost as bad as would have been like 3 years ago now. The first year I found out about paying tax on account as well. So I'd worked out what my tax would be for the year. Got there, and this was when I was earning much less as well. I didn't have any spare money at that point. So I'd worked out what my tax was going to be for the year. Went and did my self-assessment all smug. I've been saving up all year. I can pay my tax. Basically singing that song. Went on there, put it all in. And then it was like, I think I'd worked out I had to pay like £6,000. And they said, that'll be £9,000, please. And I was like, what? What do you mean it'll be £9,000? What? Because you have to pay, I had to pay all of that year's plus half of next year's.
Well, remember that year when you had too much when we went to Disney?
That was a nice year. Yeah, that was a very nice year. But yeah, so it's none of it's ideal. It's fine. We'll be okay.
The appointment was cancelled, like everything else this week.
Anna's in a proper grumpy.
A very bad week. We had an appointment. We had a meeting yesterday.
I have tweeted all this.
We had an X-ray. Cancelled. We had a bed.
Are you actually punching the microphone there?
I'm doing
because that would be murdering people's ears.
I'm showing them my fingers.
Do they need to see them?
I'm just annoyed because I get myself so worked up about these things. I get so much anxiety, and then they don't happen. So I get more anxiety because I know they're going
Infinitely witty, living up to the name there. I thought tax wasn't supposed to be taxing. I mean, that is what they say in the advert. I feel like this is false advertising, but it's bordering on fraud from HMRC because it has been taxing. It's been a very distressing weekend. Self-assessment forms, scary. I'm starting a contract with an American company so can't be paid through PAYE. They're not scary, especially if it's really straightforward. The tip I would give you is if you know how much you're going to earn for the year up front, or you can do a good guess, Google how much tax will I pay on this amount of income, and then add 10% on, and every time you get paid every month, put a 12th of that aside, so you're saving it every month. And then once you get to the end of the year, it's just admin then, isn't it? It's not a big deal. You cannot just throttle me, no.
You're the only one that I just need to get someone. Go, "Ah!" And then I'll-
Being employed on PAYE feels much easier. I mean, it is easier, but I mean, for a start, I couldn't do my job employed on PAYE, and secondly, then you're not able to do stuff like getting tax deductions for business expenses and stuff. So, as much as self-employed people like to moan about it, you've all seen my what I earn in the year video, I'm sure. I'm not paying 40% on that. I'm paying 40% on the profit. So I take off all the business expenses first. So it certainly has its advantages. How can you coach this team with such distractions on the coaches bench? It's easy. Easier, but you also get bent over on national insurance and income tax. Yeah, exactly. What I need to do, I need to speak to a financial advisor, tax planning kind of person, because I don't have a pension at the moment. Which, I mean, without getting too deep down this tax rabbit hole, I don't have a pension. I put my retirement savings into an ISA. So they grow tax-free, but it's post-tax money that I'm putting in. So I think I probably need to start putting it into a pension and paying the tax later rather than paying the tax now. But I don't like the idea of having to be tied into getting an annuity at the end. I've not looked into pensions for a long time. I also don't like the idea of not being able to get the money back if I ever need it. Roasted Pot, thank you for 5 months. And Mamba Toro, thank you for 3 months. Oh, that's a very good goal. Goodness me. The football shirts count as a tax write-off. If they're related to the series, yeah. Like, if I bought a posh shirt, I think that's probably a grey area. Because, I mean, I do buy a posh shirt every year. This year, that's 2 years, I happen to have managed them as well. So I think that's probably a grey area. You could probably argue one way or the other. But like and the Arsenal shirt is not a tax write-off because I did manage Arsenal as well. So again, grey area. But that Schalke stuff, absolutely, that's a tax write-off. Is that a standard ISA or a LISA? Both. So I fill up the LISA first, then put the rest in an ISA. Because obviously you get your bonus on the LISA. Love a bit of a bonus. So yeah, I need to work out what the best thing to do is. But I won't. I'll just carry on doing what I'm doing indefinitely and never really think about it properly. Financial education should be compulsory in schools. If I knew what I know now when I was younger, I'd be set up way better for my retirement. Yeah, absolutely. I agree with that. I keep meaning to do some like financial education videos on the artist formerly known as the Vlog channel. Because I am both a trained teacher and trained financial advisor. I feel like I could probably put together some good content, but it's just finding the time. Stocks and shares, ISA. Yeah, it's all. Yeah, all of the ISA stuff is invested in index funds. People don't realise how tax write-off doesn't mean you make any money from the... Oh, I know. But and also people interpret... If you're not really into it, people think tax write-off means it's free. But obviously it doesn't. You just don't pay the tax on that amount of income. So in the example of the Schalke stuff, I spent £70 in the Schalke club shop. That wasn't £70 that was free. It just means when I'm working out my profit, it's 70% less than it would have been if I hadn't have bought that stuff. So at 40% tax on £70, that's what? 31. So it's rather than it costing me 70, it actually only cost me 35, 40 probably. Because of how it'll then work through the tax later in the year. But you still have to pay the price up front and then I'll get the benefit from it a year from now. Neo Crowy, thank you for 3 months. I hit my trust fund in a month or so. What's the best way to invest it? It depends. I mean, without going too far down the the road of financial advice. It depends what you want it, what your plan for it is. What's the idea? What's the goal with it? If you just want to keep it for a long time, like if you don't ever plan to touch it, just stick it in an S&P 500 index tracker and leave it there for 30 years. But don't do that if you're going to want to spend it in the next 5 or 10 years. So it varies according to circumstance. Also depends how much of it is, like whether you'll put it inside various different wrappers of various kinds. Was it easy to get a LISA? Yeah, I just went onto the website and filled in the form and it was open in minutes. Put the money in, sorted. How about you move to Guernsey, enjoy the tax haven with me? I couldn't I? I don't think Anna would be up for that. The fusion bit for me is I have one contract that will be through PAYE and one that won't be. I doubt I could do any tax write-offs as my contract gives me everything I need. Oh, you get an eye, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I guess not. I mean, if you're working from home, if you're self-employed working from home, then the proportion of your house that you use for your work can be used as tax write-off stuff. Like for me, we're in a 4-bed house with 2 other rooms, so a 6-room house. I use one of those rooms solely for business purposes. So 1/6 of our rent, 1/6 of our heating and other utilities, electric, that kind of thing, all goes on as a business expense. Right, Paris. It was with much sadness that we let Paris Maghoma leave the club. Look how much money they're letting us have as well. 2.7k. Oh, lucky old us. Don't spend it all at once. Goodness me. Going full time has ruined us. Paris Maghoma. Love this man. Let's see if we can loan him back again. Is streaming FM content a vatable commodity? No. No, it's not. I don't think I do any vatable activities. I'm in the process of registering for VAT now. But I don't think I should be charging VAT on anything. There you go, we can get Maghoma back for less money than he was on. Oh, we can't pay him! Oh, that's heartbreaking. He was earning £500 a month before. They let us have him back for £350 a month, but the board won't let me do it. Very sad now. I'm very, very sad now. Move the 2.7k to wages. I mean, this is going to make all the difference, isn't it? Have we got any scouting budget we can move across, maybe? We've probably already done this trick yet. Oh, that's so infuriating. If we got anyone else we can get rid of. We've got loans we could cancel, maybe. Who are you? Siri. No, I wasn't asking you, Siri. Do we play you? You play quite a lot, okay. Are we paying you? How much are we paying you? 350. Can't let Roberts go. We need him. He's not earning anything. Have I tried it as a monthly fee, not wage? We don't have any money for a monthly fee. We don't have any transfer budget. I mean, we're not even that far away. Can I have some more wage budget, please? Ask for some more wage budget. Would you like to arrange extra time? Yes, please. Imagine the manager turning up asking, who are you? This is so irregular in the team. Look, I haven't been in this safe for nearly a week. I'm not going to remember who everybody is. Ugh, I know on my face. You need to be permanently working from home for that. What, for the tax thing? Yeah, I should think so. I don't know the ins and outs of it. Dr. Benji's better than me. Oh, Alex. You're adorable. Out what? Sorry, that's tickled me. Playing in smaller clubs in my journeyman save has made me a tight bleep when I manage big clubs. They're not going to let me have any more money. Right, take him back. Take him back. We've got other players who can play at centre back or wing back. Apparently we play him at wing back. Take him back. Recall him then. Is there I understand if you want to recall him. Right, he's been recalled. Can we now get Maghoma? This is a big risk. Do I need that to tick over for a day maybe? Right, we're within wage budget now. Please. Please, 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 please. Oh, for a start, really scummy thing to do, Cambridge, but it is going to let me do it. Now we just need Paris to want to come home. Oh, goodness me. Come on, he won't want to come now, will he? After all that. So Cambridge have accepted the offer. It does beg the question. The guy's 26 years old. If they're happy to loan him straight back out again, what the hell did they sign him for? The transfer AI in this game is still a bit rubbish, isn't it? Because they're obviously not going to play him. They don't have any intention of using him. So just don't unsettle him. Don't ruin my fun. Come on, Paris. Come on, Paris. Otherwise, we've just lost two key players and not able to replace them. Come on. Where's my beverage? Buy cheap, make a profit. They're not going to make a profit on a 26-year-old, though, are they? I don't think. I just can't imagine. All that's going to happen with Maghoma is they're going to keep him till the end of his contract, then release him on a free. I don't know how long of a contract they've given him. So he's gone in there on a 1-year deal. So he's going to be there for next season, then get released on a free, and he'll be back with us then anyway, even if he doesn't come back now. Very frustrating. Come on, Paris. Come on, Paris. Come on, Paris. You son of a... Rah! I loved that, man. The past tense was deliberate. I loved that, man. Right, now we've lost 2 players. But we do actually have, for the first time all season, the capacity to bring in maybe 1 player. So what does that 1 player want to be? We have no central midfield. We kind of need to bring in a central midfielder, I think. Is Brogdon a right back? Yeah. So we've only got 3 centre-backs as well now. So we need... we need a central midfielder who can play centre back. What we need is a second David Roberts. This is going to be tough, I think. Let's see if we can get anyone on loan. Kano Bean, what a name. I want to bring him in. All right, get both of these groups scouted. I kind of want Kano Bean. Who else is asked for him? After him, South Shields. What have we got that we've already got scouted? Is he a... no, I don't want to be tempted by free transfers in positions that I don't need to strengthen. I will take a centre-back, though. Definitely. Although anyone who's available on a free transfer at this time of year surely isn't going to be good enough for a non-league promotion push, you would think. Right, I don't know why I'm limiting... loans by age. We'll take loans at any age. Does that mean that means they have to be able to play both, doesn't it, if we do that? So, Hakeem Thomas. Oh, sugar plums. Hakeem, do you want to come back? For much more money than you were on before. That's not quite what I had in mind. He might be the guy. Oh, he's absolutely the guy. Hayden Russell. He's a bit fat, but I don't mind. Oh, fat face Hayden, in you come. He's the answer to all of our problems. Fat face Hayden. Night Odin, thank you very much for the gifted sub. So yeah, he can play centre back or central midfield, natural in both positions. He is, if we have a look, he'd be our 4th choice centre back. Oh, goody. But he would be our best central midfielder, apparently. So I think he's the guy. "13 stone, but it's all in his cheeks." That's what they say about him. That's what the fans will chant at him. No. Not bringing in 1.5-star players in the January transfer window. That seems counterproductive. Yeah, we kind of need we need Theodros to really nail down a first team spot for us, don't we? He needs to become the new Maghoma. Wouldn't call him that in negotiations, it might put him off. Nah. No, he doesn't mind being called Fat Face, whatever his name was. Just Fat Face. Doesn't even have a name. He's just Fat Face. He his family did the hipster clothes shop. That's where they got the name from. They looked at their son when he was born and thought, "Oh, he's got a fat face. By the way, we've got all these hipster clothes that we want to sell. What should we call our shop?" Conductor Chris something. Thank you for 11 months. And Cammy, thank you for the Prime as well. I quite like Fat Face. Then you're a hipster. I did have a Fat Face, like, it wasn't a jumper, but it wasn't a hoodie because it didn't have a hood, but it had a zip on the front. I did have a thing like that from Fat Face that was quite good. But it just feel like you're just asking to be stopped and checked for drugs in your pocket if you wear Fat Face clothes. I will hydrate. They do nice jumpers. Is that hipster? Yes. Because they're all made of hemp. I'm afraid that is hipster. They're jumpers that pair really nicely with a beard and a side parting. And a pair of glasses. Oh, look at that from Frenchie. Look at everyone outing themselves as fat face shoppers. I mean, I have bought stuff from Fat Face before. It's all stuff that rich people buy to try and look like they're not rich. It's those kind of clothes, isn't it? It's like the clothes are really expensive, far more than I spend on clothes, but they're designed to look a bit beaten and scruffy and casual. It's a rich person's shop. That's what Fat Face is. And it was all named after that guy. And now you know. Come on, Armstrong. On you come. Time to get the gilet out. It's too warm for the gilet today. It's an age thing as well. I don't know anyone who's owned anything from there. Yeah, it's old rich people shop at Fat Face. Looked at myself in the mirror, saw side parting, beard and glasses. Am I the hipster? Yes, of course you are. You've just described a hipster there. If you look in the mirror and see a hipster looking back at you, yes, you are a hipster. Oh, look at what we've done here. Here's me stressing that we're going to have to do the playoffs again, but if we carry on losing games like that, we're not even going to get in the playoffs. Goodrum's not scored for 9 hours. Sort yourself out, Tyler. Be right back, going to shave. There's nothing wrong with being a hipster. I am also in the beard and glasses crew. I'm one side parting away from being full hipster. But I just can't bring myself to do it because that would involve brushing my hair, which I haven't done this century. And I quite like keeping that run going. It's been 25 years since I brushed my hair. I'm not going to start now. Hipster or not. Hipsters didn't exist the last time I brushed my hair. Beard glasses and a man bun here, which might be even more hipster than... Yeah, to be fair. Yeah, the man bun's what you graduate to once your side parting gets too unruly. I could go down that route maybe. Maybe I'll get a man bun. What's in the tin? What, this tin? Finger football. You exclusively avocado and whole grain toast, don't you? Not exclusively. I do. I mean, I don't really get the whole avocado on toast thing. I like to have avocado with toast. Like if I'm doing a cooked breakfast, I'll put some avocado with it, and I eat wholemeal toast because it's nicer and better for you. But I don't do the whole mashing the avocados up and putting them on toast. My kids do. They're into all that. I got glasses but not the beard, but I do have a side part and slightly too long hair. Does that make me a hipster? No, you need the beard, I'm afraid. It is crucial that you have the beard for it to count. I had to walk out of a gig once as I saw a group of 3 lads who all had man buns. I'm going to grow a man bun now and see how you all react. The closest I've ever got is a top knot. I once taught an entire afternoon with a top knot because my hair got so long. One of the art teachers just grabbed it all and put it in a bun, in one of our little stretchy things. And it was just like on the top of my head. It wouldn't go at the back, but right at the top in the middle, it just kind of stuck up. It was a good look. A very good look. Very good look. Beard and side parting without glasses, hipster or not? Of course not. I mean, a true hipster will have laser eye surgery so they don't need the glasses and then wear glasses anyway. That's when you know you're full hipster. You wear glasses that you don't need. What did I teach? Computer science. Kevin, a scrunchie. It wasn't like a big fluffy thing. It was like it was like the little black ones that are like elastic bands with a little bit of metal on. Got that put in my hair. I thought it looked quite fetching. But I did get a haircut the next day. Because I figured this is ripe for abuse if I leave my hair in a top knottable state. Wearing a flat cap to the races with a tartan suit is hipster. I don't think hipsters would go to the races. Hipsters would be too concerned about the treatment of the horses. I think you're mistaking what a hipster is there. You're confusing hipster with just a generic rich posh person, which they're not. Would a hipster go to Wetherspoons? Of course not. They'd find a coffee shop with a weird name that you can't pronounce around the corner and sit there drinking an oat milk latte. We had someone banned with a username JWright777. Probably not the wise decision to re-register as JWright778. That implies they've been banned 778 times from Twitch now, which is amazing. And they've still not learned. Can a bald man ever be classed as a hipster? With a big enough beard, I think, yeah, you have to really overcompensate with the beard. And you're probably going to have to go get a waistcoat as well to make it work with no hair. Probably going to have to go waistcoat. But I'm glad I'm clarifying these things for everybody this afternoon. It's important that we all know. Or style your moustache. Yeah, a waxed moustache. That works. Who's the hipsterist FM creator? Herb. Obviously. You've seen him, right? Can a hipster ever shave? Shouldn't do, really. Unless you'd like shave. You can't clean shave, but you can shape it with a straight edge razor thingy. The streams made me come to terms with my hipster ways. Felt like a bit of an intervention, but I've come to accept it. Good. Thought Zealand was the hipster. Zealand wishes he was a hipster. Zealand doesn't even have a beard. How can that be a hipster? Have I seen the Xbox news? No. I mean, I'll level with you. Xbox news isn't something I go out of my way to find ever. What's the Xbox news? Why are we losing again? Straight razor with a carved wooden 18th century handle. Exactly. And they apply the... it won't be shaving foam. It'll be some kind of cream. And they'll apply it with one of those brushes in a circular motion. Can't put it on with your hands like a commoner. Microsoft are buying Activision Blizzard. Holy smokes. They are just... I mean, without wanting to upset all the people who care about console wars, they set out this generation to become the Netflix of gaming, and they're going to do it, aren't they? Literally, they are literally getting to the point where the only games people will have to buy are the first-party Sony games, and they're the only reason to own a PlayStation. And they're the only games you'd ever have to buy. You just buy an Xbox, pay the monthly subscription, and get all of your games whenever they come out. What big third-party places are left? I mean, they've not bought EA, but they have to deal with EA. So the EA stuff's already in Game Pass. They bought Bethesda. They're now buying Activision. What else is left? Rockstar. Yeah, I suppose. They're just buying everyone. Feel like that's not a good thing. Well, they're not going to buy Sony, are they? But yeah, they're just buying as many game publishers as they can. So it's all about stocking Game Pass. They want to make it so that if you are a gamer, you have Game Pass. Just like if you like to watch things, you have Netflix. If you like to hear things, you have Spotify. They want Game Pass to be, well, if you like games, you have Game Pass. Nintendo, they won't buy. Ubisoft and Konami are interesting ones. So there's a few left. But, yeah, it's very interesting. I mean, Game Pass was already incredible value. They're just making it worth more, which is great. Game Pass is brilliant. I like having physical games. I mean, yeah, that ship has sailed, I think. Neither of my current consoles have a disc drive in them. I got the discless PS5 and the Xbox S, is it? I lose track of their naming conventions. But yeah, I didn't bother getting a disc drive on either of them. Yeah, Game Pass is on PC too, as well, yeah. Basically, Xbox is becoming a platform rather than a physical box that you have to put under your telly. They've been pushing that direction for 10 years, and they're finally getting to that point where you just have an Xbox account that you can use on whatever device you happen to be using. Is physical games hipster? Yeah, definitely. I like actually owning the game, so Game Pass isn't for me. I mean, what you've done there, Mike, is not realise that you don't own the game even if you've got the disc. Even having the disc is just a different way of owning the license to play the game. You don't own the game. They can still shut off servers and stuff. They can still make games not work, even if they're on disc. Try going into CEX and buying a second-hand copy of Football Manager. It will be useless because it just won't work. Yet they sell them, which is really scummy. You can go into CEX and buy a second-hand copy of Football Manager for like £3 and it won't work because, of course, it's not going to work. Yeah, I saw that Take-Two had bought Zynga, hadn't they? So lots of consolidation in gaming at the moment. That's actually not really true. It absolutely is true, Mike. You only got a license to play it. You don't own it. I'm old. Why wouldn't that work? Because you need the code. When you buy a physical copy of Football Manager now, does it even have a disc in the box? I mean, I haven't had one for years, but I'm sure all Football Manager is now is a box with a code in it. Ah! 779 is in, I see. Mods deal with him. I just want him banning every time now. I don't even know what he did. It just amuses me that he keeps coming back. Oh, we've not noticed him this time. What's the most hipster thing I do or own? Oh, good. I don't know. I've got a load of vegan cookbooks. That's pretty hipstery. I have a mustache. I have a beard brush and a mustache comb. I have beard wax. I have beard shampoo. That's pretty hipstery. What's the point of a physical copy if they're going to give you the code? Yeah, exactly. There is no point. That's why they tried to stop doing it and everyone went, whoa, we want physical. So they just stuck the code in the box. It's just a code, and yeah, but a disc you own, you don't, Mike, I promise you, read the end user license agreement. Scotty's quoted it up there. You absolutely do not own the game. You own a license to play it, which can be revoked. Could you then illegally access it and carry on playing it after the license is revoked? Yeah, that doesn't make you the owner of it. People like to collect the boxes so they can get likes on FM groups online. Yeah, I've got all the boxes up until about... I mean, I've literally got into CEX and bought them for that purpose. So I think I've got every box up to like 2019, maybe 2020. I haven't got the most recent ones because I don't display them anymore. But back in the garage, I had all my FMs lined up and all my FIFAs lined up. And most of them were just, I went into CEX and bought them for a couple of quid just to fill in the gaps because I've had everything digitally for years. That's Steam games like 99-year leases. It's just, they're just license agreements. I mean, Steam could take a game off whenever. Playing emulation when you own a physical copy is not illegal. If you own a license. If you don't own a license, it is. So if you break the terms of the license agreement, you no longer own the license, and then it would be illegal. I promise you, Mike. Go and look it up. Steam can take it off the shop, but they can't take the game out of your library if you own the game. I'm not sure. I think it would depend, again, on the licensing agreement and stuff. I'm not sure. Bring back having to enter a code from a printed manual each time you run a game. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Right, we're finally scoring some goals, which is nice. Yeah, music licenses are a good example. I mean, Football Manager is a good example, although I think you can still download the old versions that you own, but you certainly can't buy them once the licensing period ends. It's why you can't go and get FM19 on Steam now. If you don't already own it, you ain't getting it because the licenses are expired on it. I imagine you can't even get FM21 anymore. It's probably just 22 only. So I imagine they only bother licensing it for the time that it's going to be their main game for. 21 is available. I bet 20's not then. Because after a time, the licenses expire and then you can't buy it anymore. FM21 was made free a month ago. Well, there you go. Then they've obviously still got the licenses for a bit. I don't know the full length of what their licensing is. .2020 isn't viable, the editor is. Well, I guess that's because people might own FM20 and want the editor. And the editor's not got any licenses in, so it doesn't have to come off sale. I've seen them drop old games from Steam, but if it's in your game list and the files are still on the servers, they'll be downloadable as long as you bought it. But obviously that's only as long as Steam exists for. If Steam just shut down their servers, then all that stuff you own isn't there anymore. They usually ban you by email if you break terms of service on a game, so it'll be associated by your email. They can't prevent you from using the game as it's an IP ban. I think you're misunderstanding what they can and can't do to you with what you should and shouldn't be doing legally. If you've been banned, if you've broken your license agreement and are not allowed to use the game anymore, yeah, they can't physically stop you from doing it, but you wouldn't be legally doing it anymore. Completely off topic. Have I applied for the Everton job? I mean, they know. I feel like I don't need to apply. They know where to find me. They're familiar with my work. I'd love to join up with Mr. Everton in real life. I assume he's still there. He'd never leave. Sherko, thank you for 21 months. He's at Villa? Nonsense. I won't believe it. I won't have it. He is Mr. Everton. He's still there. If I get the Everton job in real life, I'll just set the save start date to the start of the January window so I can get him back. Simple. Sometimes you don't think things like that through. It's an easy way around the problem. I can't believe they don't do in real life. Did I see the Player of the Year awards? I saw that weird 3-3-4 formation that had 4 attackers in it and none of them were Mo Salah, and thought, well, this is odd. What's my thoughts on Eriksen being linked with Brentford on a free? Fair play to him. He's fit to play. He's cleared to play. It's just they won't let him play in Serie A. So Brentford makes sense. They're owned by Danish people. They've got a Danish manager. You got all those links there. I'm surprised there's no bigger club than Brentford who are into him, really. What are the aims for Everton next season on the network game? Top 4 again or league title? Top 7 would be the goal, which is going to be tough with being in the Champions League. First year in Europe is always hard in a save. If I end up mid-table, I'll be pretty happy. I expect to finish below at least Zealand next season because I'll be focusing on the Champions League and they'll just have the league to worry about. So, yeah, I don't expect to do as well in the league next year. I've not been given enough money to compete in both. We've got quite a small squad. I've only got 30 million to spend. We're going to have a pretty small squad to compete in both competitions. Have I figured out how to best use Theodros yet? Nope. He just sits on the bench. He just sits on the bench and We don't think about it too hard. Right. Oh, this is getting close. Very, very close. We just need to keep winning. Didn't you play football with a pacemaker? Sure. Well, Daley Blint's got the same thing, hasn't he? And he's still playing for Ajax. So, you can. And he's not even 30 yet, is he, Ericsson? So, I can see why he wouldn't want to give up playing yet. If doctors are telling him he can play, then why shouldn't he? Someone want to check? Has Daley Blint got the same thing? I'm sure they've got the same thing. They probably have someone checking on his stats during a match all the time. Exactly. Blint had an arrhythmic heart while Ericsson had a heart attack. But they both have a defib, which should make them safe. So, yeah, I didn't mean did they have the same medical condition, but they've got the same device, haven't they? Yeah, they have got the same device. Yeah. So, yeah, there's no reason why he shouldn't plan it. If doctors are clearing him and he's happy to do it, and there's precedent for other players doing it, fill your boots. Sunday, I was shouting at YouTube save with Schalke in the transfer window. Go get a Cella because you needed a left back. Well, I found Fries in the end, who was much better. So I did quite well in the end. Fries is awesome. British medical advice is no sport for around 18 months due to stress on the heart. Well, then I guess he should probably wait for a bit. Quick pick suggesting Theodros up front. You know what? We're going to do it. Oh, we've got a lot of tired legs. That's probably why it's being suggested. Let's get Muller back up into the mix. Roberts can sit this one out because he's got tired little legs. Let's see Theodros score some goals today playing as a striker. Since Ericsson, there's been a lot of heart failures with football players and fans. Is it a case of there's been more, or we're just noticing them more because there was such a high profile one? Similar to like if you're just going about your business and then you hear someone say xylophone, and then for the next week you hear the word xylophone 4 more times, and it's, well, why is there so many xylophones around at the moment? And it's not that there's more xylophones about, it's just that you've tuned your brain into watching out for xylophones. So it could just be that people are paying more attention because there was such a high profile incident. I don't know if statistically there's any more. There might be a general health difference between Ericsson and the average UK person. There probably is. Yeah, I imagine he's probably a safer bet than I am to play Premier League football without having a heart attack. There you go. The Bader-Meinhof phenomenon. I knew it had a name. I had no idea what it was. Can you sign Ronaldo as an under-18 assistant manager? No. Well, you could. I don't want to. There's an increased risk of myocardia and heart attacks when performing sport after COVID. Well, there you go. That might explain it as well then. Come on, Theodros! Oh, what a goal! Oh, maybe we found his position. It's offside. Oh, that's hideous. But what a finish. We know he's got it in him. Not even going to get to see the goal. Ah. It's no use in being able to do that if he can't keep himself onside. That's going to be the problem. He certainly has moments of real spectacularness. Very upsetting. Same as Timo Werner. Yeah. Come on, let's do another one. There you go. Whip that cross in. Which I imagine Theodros isn't going to be that adept at converting. If we want a penalty there. Here we go. Here we go. And it is Theodros to take as he starts life as Leamington's centre forward. Can he convert the penalty? Of course he can. Of course he can. We've got our new hero. I did look up where the AI have been playing him, both when he was on loan at Guiseley last season in this save, and also where he's playing for Leamington in non-league to legend. And it's always as a deep lying forward on support. But that doesn't fit into our system. So we'd have to change it. We tried doing a 4-2-4 to fit that in, and that's why the season started so badly. Although, most recently for Leamington, he's playing as a deep lying playmaker in midfield. So he did a season in League 2 playing as a striker, and now he's settled in to play central midfield for them. I think he's just an enigma. A frustrating enigma. Who's really, really talented. He's basically the Joe Cole of non-league. Really, really, really talented, but trying to fit him into a team. He's obviously good. It feels like he should be in here somewhere, but I don't know where. Don't know what to do with him. He is good. Like Rooney at the back end of his career. Yeah, I guess so. I'm too old. My comparison is Joe Cole. Anyway, I don't want to talk about Rooney unless it's an announcement that he's Everton's new manager. It's what I'm on the edge of my seat waiting for as a Peterborough fan. I think I speak for all Peterborough fans when I wish him luck and hope he gets the Everton job sooner rather than later. I think the Barnsley fans, Reading fans, Forest fans will probably all agree with me on that. We all wish him well and hope he gets the Everton job. Lampard's being interviewed. That's madness when Wayne Rooney's available. Go get Rooney. You know you want him. Is he doing well at Derby? Yes. That's the problem. Derby are off the bottom of the championship despite having, a 19-point deduction? They're not bottom anymore. They're breathing down our necks. A 21-point deduction, was it? Yeah. Rooney is doing a very, very good job at Derby and should definitely get the Everton job as a result of it immediately, right now. Please, don't wait for another round of matches. Big shock is Jose Mourinho being considered for the Everton job. I mean, Everton might be thinking they can consider him. That's a good finish from Theodros. I would doubt Mourinho would seriously consider the job, surely. Do I think Posh will stay up? The longer the transfer window goes on and we don't really do anything of note, the more worried I get. We signed a goalkeeper. We signed Stephen Bender on loan from Swansea and didn't play him and then conceded 4 goals. We've had a League 2 goalkeeper in goal all season. We sign a proper championship goalkeeper and don't play him and then wonder why we concede 4 goals. We still don't have a championship quality striker at the club. So we're running out of time to fix the problems that we've got. I think we've kind of just accepted we're going down and we're rebuilding to come up again next year, I think is the plan. Because we've signed 3 players on loan, but we've not brought anyone in permanently. because I think we're kind of accepted the fact we're going to be in League One again next year. We don't want to be playing Championship wages. Let's just ease ourselves back down into League One and come back up stronger. So a couple of years of Yo-Yo Club. Yeah, I mean, I'm happy with that. We're Peterborough United. We're not a Championship club. Any season we have in the Championship is great, and it doesn't matter if we come straight back down, as long as we don't bankrupt ourselves doing it. We're Norwich, but a division lower. What happened to Ricky J. Jones? I thought he was good. I mean, he's good in Football Manager. He's only ever scored one goal. He's only ever started one game. He's a promising youngster who's spent all season injured. He's, he's very raw and not ready. And I think 19 now. So the fact that he's still only started one game at 19 suggests he's probably actually not ever going to be any good. Clark Harris is definitely not a Championship striker, no. Clark Harris is a very good League One striker. Absolute mess at this level. That's why Posh fans last week, when he was linked with a £6 million move to Sunderland, that's why we were all offering to drive him there. I'd take 600,000 and laugh that we'd ripped Sunderland off. Do you think Peterborough in your lifetime will be bought out by rich people and end up in the Prem? Hopefully not. We're already owned by rich people. But we're run at a profit. I do not want to ever be run at a loss by a millionaire throwing money at the club. Because then when they pull out, that's a disaster. I'd rather just run at a profit forever. Have Posh ever had ownership issues? Yeah, we had Barry Fry as our owner for a bit. That was a disaster. Right. Let's win another football match. Oh, it's only the Fat Cup. Who cares then? I don't care if we win this football match. Yeah, the Big Ron TV show about 15 years ago was where our current chairman found us. He watched that show and decided to buy us. That cup has money potential. Does it though? Is there actually any... I know getting to Wembley is worth money. But we're probably not going to win the thing. Prize money's pretty negligible. Even winning the semi-final only gets you 20 grand. The only time there's real money in it is if you win the thing and you go to Wembley. But we're not going to do that, wouldn't have thought. So we may as well just get knocked out of it. Right, Scunthorpe versus Leamington. That's it. I approve of resting Theodros. He was good in the last game. We'll rest him. I'm on board with this decision. There you go. Shuffle the bench around a little bit. Let's go do a football. Come on! Etc, etc. Come on! Is it more worth getting a good draw in the FA Cup third round than winning the whole of the Fat Cup? Definitely. A big third round tie. If you're away to Manchester City or Liverpool or Manchester United, or you get the idea. If you're away against a big Premier League club in the third round of the FA Cup, that can be worth like £700,000-800,000. You won't get that. You won't get anywhere near that from winning the Fat Cup. Would I take Neil Warnock at Posh to do what? We have a manager that I hope we never sack. Can't imagine what Neil Warnock would do. work in the club shop, maybe. It depends if he's willing to work for minimum wage, I guess. It's awkward hours in the club shop as well. I guess he could sit... I mean, they're always looking for people to sit on the turnstiles. He could do that, I suppose. Just seems a bit unnecessary. Oh, that's a nice header. Would he be able to pull the halftime skip on and off? Maybe, yeah. Selling the match programs. I don't even know how selling programs works these days, because Peterborough United is a cashless stadium. So I don't know. I mean, when I used to get programs as a kid, you'd always buy them off of a guy who just stood on the street and you give him a couple of quid. Or quid, or whatever it was at the time. Do you have to pay contactless now? Are these old man out there with a box of programs and a little PayPal contactless machine? I'm devastated with this tin. I've just realised. I've just fiddled with it in my hands, and I've realised that it just pulls off the top. I thought it was a proper tin. I feel like I've been lied to. Everything's a lie. Don't even want that anymore. Horrified. I thought that was a proper ring pull on the top. I probably should have looked at it a little more closely, because it's clearly not a proper ring pull. I thought it was in the heat of the moment. Anna was there looking at the American sweets, deciding which flavour of nerds she wanted. And I was looking at the stuff they were trying to sell after Christmas. The bargain bin. I just saw it and thought, that'll do for the stream. I'll have that on stream this afternoon. Beautiful. Oh. That's what you get in the box. So, or the tin. May as well be a box now. Have it on stream. The little football flew away. So you get these. So I've got a set of these for each hand. Oh, I've lost my ball. You have a set of these for each hand. A little ball, which I've just lost on the floor somewhere. And then a goal. Two goals. There you go. And then you kick the ball into the goal. I think it should be an exceptional game. I'm looking forward to playing it later. There we go. I don't know where the ball went. Oh, my ball dropped! There it is. Excellent. We'll play that later. Thank you for the gifted sub, Dandel GTFC. We're up to number 780 now, are we? Oh, I see him. He's having trouble creating alts. Well, stop creating alts then. Oh my word. Well, looks like we're going to be staying in the Fat Cup a little bit longer. Moral of the story, don't be a wang in the first place. Exactly. If in doubt, don't be a wang. We're sticking Theodros up front again. Give him more game time playing in his new natural position. I always maintained he was a centre forward. All this time, you lot telling me to play him in central midfield. Mike in particular wouldn't stop telling me to play him as a holding midfielder. But I think he works quite well up front. So we'll leave him there for a bit. Any plans to go back on the FM podcast with The Athletic? I mean, I don't get to plan that. When they ask me, I always say yes. So it's up to them. It was a strange little run. I was on like every other week for a little while, wasn't I? And then they've not asked me back since. Ever since I brought the three wise men on with me, they've not wanted me back. So I think my mistake was introducing them to them lot. Right, let's have a third goal here. Just seen today's Non-League Legend thumbnail. That's going to be interesting. I mean, it is very much interesting. I will give you that. It is a very interesting episode today. Right, let's not concede a goal here. Good work. See, Frenchie intimidated him there. Beautiful. Ah, I've got my ball again. I don't know where it went. I didn't even see where it went. I heard it hit the floor. There you go. Setting up the goals. Right. What round of the Fat Cup are we into now? So I guess once you hit the quarterfinal, you probably should start trying to win the thing. Until then, you try. It's much like the League Cup, if you're a Premier League side, or the Johnson's Paint waste of time thing if you're in the Football League. You spend most of the tournament trying to get knocked out of it. But if you accidentally make it through to like the quarterfinal or semi-final stage, you're like, oh God, fine. Okay, we'll try and win the thing. Goodness sake, leave me alone. And that's the situation we've got here with the Fat Cup. Right. Goals created. Beautiful work. Was it only FM21 where I didn't leave England in Non-League to Legend? Maybe. I can't think back through all of them now. I had to play as one team forever on FM, not Peterborough or Arsenal. Who would it be? Well, it would be Peterborough. If it can't be them and I'm only ever allowed to play one team again for the rest of the time, I'd just create home again and play as home. Oh, see, we are in the quarterfinal of this now. We're going to have to win it, aren't we? We're going to have to win it. Ebbsfleet or Chorley? Yeah, we're going to win it. Am I planning on coming to any upcoming convention? I'm going to go to EGX in Birmingham in March. That's the next one on the agenda, I think. I don't think there's a Comic-Con in March this year, which there usually is. But I'll do EGX in March. I'll be at London Comic-Con in May. I'll be at EGX and Comic-Con again in autumn. Getting to the semis ruins your run in, though, with two legs. Oh, God, is it a two-leg semi-final? Yuck. What do I do at Comic-Con? Enjoying or working? Both these days. Previously, just enjoying. But these days, last 3 or 4, I've been doing panels there as well. Which I also enjoy. So I guess I am still just enjoying. I think winning the Fat Cup could teach us how to win playoffs again. Maybe that's what we need. Right, we're going to have a red finger. It's finger time! That's usually how goals go in. The goal moves, there's no ball, and then everyone celebrates. I've seen football before. These goals are cool, though. Talking of things that are cool, look what I also have sat on my desk now. He-Man and Skeletor. These now count as business expenses. It's He-Man and Skeletor on a stream. I bought these just to stream with them. He-Man and Skeletor. I think that counts. If we've got any accountants in, I'm sure you'll confirm. That counts now. What I really want is Battle Cat. Battle Cat was my favourite toy as a kid. I need to find a cheap Battle Cat somewhere. And then I'm sure Anna will let me get a Castle Grayskull. Although she's still annoyed that I bought 2 wrestling rings. So I might not be allowed a Castle Grayskull. Just the HMRC stuff spitting out their tea right now. Yeah. Yeah, I imagine so. For the record, if they are watching, I don't actually consider that a business expense. Now, the ones that were built for my professional set design, different matter. Oh, I've not fiddled with my bench here. Did I find a category for all my business receipts? Yeah, it just took ages. Luckily, I do have pretty good record keeping. It wasn't a case of the stuff wasn't there. It's just, for anyone who didn't see the tweet, I've always just recorded all business expenses as other business expense in my accounting app, because previously, whenever I've done self-assessments, it just asks for revenue and then total expenses. But apparently, once you go over the VAT threshold, you have to itemize the expenses into different categories, and I've never categorized in that way in my accounting app. So I had to go through and categorize everything. It was something like 1,300 transactions had to have categories on them. It took all day. That's not to tell her about any more unnecessary purchases today. She might murder you. Yeah. About that. Kev pointing at things. You didn't miss the traffic report. Traffic report is all clear out there today. We did have a number of vans out there again. The vans have been back. The vans have now moved on. We thought there would be some traffic kerfuffle later on in the day upon the arrival of Andy's new bed, but because Very are an incompetent bunch of morons, the bed has not been delivered, so there was no delivery situation out there. What we are going to get coming up at the top of the hour, Andy will be coming home on his new school bus, which does have, brace yourselves for this, boys and girls, it does have a slightly different horn honking sound. So that's what you've got to look forward to in the next hour here on LOLLUJO FM. This should be a radio station. It is a slightly different horn honking sound. You wait and see. You think you've heard Andy's school bus honk. You've heard nothing. You've heard nothing until you hear this honk. My one concern is it's a slightly quieter honk than the previous honk. So it might be that although I'm hearing a different honk, you might not hear any honk. And I don't know how you lot will cope with a honkless stream. Will Andy be annoyed by the lack of a new bed? Potentially. I mean, Anna did tell me to warn you all that if he gets in and just loses it, because we've been telling him for 3 weeks that he was getting a new bed and it was coming today. We've really been preparing him for it. Last night, his bedroom was pretty much cleared out to make room for it. He's had his toy box, his ottoman and stuff all moved. He's had all this inconvenience because he knew he was getting a new bed. So if he gets in and he's like, that's not a new bed, and has a meltdown, I might have to end the stream early. So watch this space. That's a very good header from Roberts there. Very good header. Oh, we're still 21 points behind Notts County. I don't think we're winning the league. Core Shane, thank you very much for the prime. Come on. Get a tackle in. We have. I want to open my All Elite crate. I want to see what What are those little figures called? The little one. Micro brawlers. I want to see what micro brawlers in there. I loves me a micro brawler. Coming to the stream to Kev shouting, it's finger time, and a lot of talking about honking. I mean, welcome along. That's how we do things around here. Come on! South Shield's the bottom of the league. If we mess this up, that's a problem. Oh, I also need a suggestion from you all. What can I put in my new little vending machine that Anna got me for Christmas? This was in my Christmas stocking. It's a little vending machine where you pull the thing out and then you get a little something in the drawer. I was thinking fill it with treats for Dave, but then the other part of me is thinking just fill it completely with M&Ms. But you take the back off and you just basically fill it up with sweets of your choice. So we could put dog treats in there or Kev treats. Skittles. I'm not really a Skittles guy. I don't really do Skittles. Peanut M&Ms are the way forward. We're talking confectionery. Or like pistachios. I love a pistachio. Why not both? What? M&Ms for me, dog treats for Dave. I think my M&Ms would end up tasting funny. What's the most hipster treat? Oh, that's a good question. Do they do vegan M&Ms? There must be a vegan M&M out there. Tiny Springs for the shadow. No, I've got a jar of Springs. I don't know where my jar of Springs is. It's around somewhere. Oh, it's my Atari hat. It's my Atari hat. See? What was that on the floor? Rubbish. Werther's Originals and create a whole... Oh, that's a great idea. I am out of butterscotch at the moment. My butterscotch is empty. I could fill this with butterscotches. That won't be a disaster in the summer when they all melt together and it just becomes one big block of butterscotch. It's a jar of Springs like Danhausen's jar of teeth. No, because the Springs, I take the Springs out and play with them. I don't know where my jar of Springs has gone. Oh, there it is. I knew it was down here somewhere. Oh, it's hard to reach. Ugh. It's only half full now. This is my jar of Springs. I need some new Springs. Anna, I need some more Springs. I'm half out. Don't know if she heard me. I do need a spring top up. You can get vegan M&Ms. Well, then vegan M&Ms are the most hipster of treats to put in a small vending machine. What am I doing with the Springs? I get them out, I swing them, I play with them, I take them to different rooms in the house and play with them, and then they're gone. I get through Springs quite quickly. Used to work at a spring factory for real. Those machines making springs are super neat. Nice. I imagine it was a proper spring factory though, wasn't it? Not like a slinky, a little mini slinky thing like these with a little smiley face on. Oh, see, springs are great. They really are great. I need a jar of Springs. Where did you get that from? It was another thing that Anna got me for Christmas. She gets me lots of things. She moans at me for buying toys and then buys me toys. She's a woman of many contradictions. What's the story with Dr. Benji? I don't even know what that question could mean. I need more information. What do you mean, what's the story with Dr. Benji? What's he done now? So you've used a jar of... Oh, no, that was last Christmas. Yeah, these weren't most recent Christmas. In fact, these are probably 2 Christmases ago. So I had those back in the garage. Right. Come on then, boys and girls. We're now playing Eastleigh. See, this is a good-looking team. Who needs Paris Maghoma? That's what we all think. Paris Maghoma, useless. Don't need him. Never needed him. Never wanted him. Bum, bum, bum. A tale as old as time. The story of Dr. Benji. What's the scarier player? Ben's mind or Jack's mind? Neither of them are scary. They're just unusual. I think that's the key, isn't it? To being a Football Manager content creator, you have to be weird. But we're all weird in a different way. If we were all weird in the same way, then that would be a problem. But we're all different weird. Apart from me, obviously, I'm the normal one. I'm the straight man to their ridiculousness. Come on! Let's all do a football. Let's all do a football. La da 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 da. My Go XLR is really dusty. If you're not exempt, you eat your toast from a plate shaped like toast. Oh, you are not exempt. I mean, why wouldn't I eat my toast on a my toast from a toast-shaped plate? It'd be weirder to eat like cereal off of a toast-shaped plate. Why is Siri constantly talking to me? What else am I going to use a toast-shaped plate for? Zealand would consider himself the normal one. I mean, every other word that comes out of his mouth is pronounced wrong. How could he be normal? Careful, that's why he's mini. They're not mini brawlers, they're micro brawlers. Ugh. I'm opening this. We can have a little look now. I want to see what's in it. Well, I need a knife or something. Where's my knife? Anna confiscated my knife. I need something to get into this box. There we go. Oh, I'm so strong. I'm such a big, strong boy. Right. See, this upsets me about mystery crates. Why do they put a list of everything that was in it as the top thing in the box? I haven't looked at the list. But they shouldn't put a list of everything that's in the box as the first thing in the box. So I have an advert for the Revolution pay-per-view on March the 6th. That's not far away now. I have a Team Taz FTW sticker. That's a vinyl sticker. That's a nice sticker. That's going to go on my laptop. And you can't stop me. I'll put it where I want. And it's going on the laptop. Try and stop me. Probably focusing on this match for a bit. I'm off. No spoilers on my AEW box. Apologies. There's a couple of t-shirts in here. I'll have a look at them in a minute. Oh, I've got a Cody Rhodes terrible pin thing for his terrible Cody Rhodes tattoo. That's quite cool. Put that on my satchel. Yeah, I've got a satchel. This red card is unfortunate. We're going to stop looking at the box for a minute. Can we score a goal here? No! Right. Goodrum's coming off for Okoflex. We're going to stick him there. We're going to stick him there. And we're going to stick him there. And then we're going to whack him in there. We're changing everything. Completely new look. Front 3. Front 5. Come on, boys. How good are Eastleigh? Rubbish. We should be beating them. Let's encourage them. I'm not going to go attack him when we're down to 10 men. That's madness. We will, however, stay on positive because I'm not mad. Right, t-shirt wise, I've got a Malachi black t-shirt, which is quite cool. Where's the camera? Why can't I hold that up properly? Malachi black t-shirt. Might score a goal here. This would be nice. Oh, we did! We did a football! Where's the bell? Francis Okoronkwo! What an important goal! I can't ring the bell properly. What an important goal that could end up being. He's injured as well. He scores when he's injured. What a man. 2-1. We're going up as champions. How many games are left? We're suddenly good at football. This is amazing news. We are still 21 points behind Notts County with 8 games to go. I think it's unlikely we're going up as champions. Okoronkwo's out for a month and he scored a goal after getting that injury. I say to him, he doesn't need a month off. He can still score goals. Right, what else have we got in here? We've got a... Oh, that is a very cool Jungle Boy t-shirt. I like that. That's really cool. Right. We've got an Orange Cassidy air freshener. I'm absolutely putting that in my car. And Anna is not going to know what's going on. That is so cool. Can we focus in on that? I've got an Orange Cassidy air freshener. I've got Super Kick socks. I can't wear normal person socks because I have silly swollen ankles. I'm gonna have to give these socks to Anna. What else is this? This is a big money clip. So a Matt Hardy money clip, which is quite cool. There's some good stuff in here. I'm such a child. I love all this. A Nyla Rose Micro Brawler for the Micro Brawler collection. And then a poster. So we have Kenny Omega and Hangman against the Young Bucks poster when they had their really cool tag team title match, the best tag team match of all time. And then lastly, we should have the signed 8x10. I don't know who this is this month or this quarter, however often these come out. I think the last one was Hikaru Shida. This one is... It's Anna J, a signed 8x10 Anna J. Excellent. All in all, very cool. I like the AEW crate. It's awesome. Pop it all back in there. I cannot wait to get the Orange Cassidy air freshener in my car. That might be my favourite thing in the entire crate. That is just brilliant. Micro Brawler, that will go up on the wall. I ordered the new Sting one as well. They had a new Sting one. I've got the current Sting, but they've got blonde spiky hair Sting available to order on their website at the moment. I like my micro Brawlers. Pop all this stuff back in for now. I've never used a money clip. Am I enough of a wang to use a money clip? And then pop the t-shirts back in and pop that over there for now. Someone's just said clip something. That reminds me, I need to keep reminding you all. Clip everything, and stick it in the clip section on Discord, because once Chris is caught up with editing the streams, which he nearly is now, his next job, as well as keeping the stream edits up to date, is he's going to start putting out daily YouTube shorts and TikToks, which are going to be built from past YouTube and Twitch clips. So both streams as they're happening, or past clips here on Twitch or clips off of YouTube videos, anything that you think would make a good clip as a TikTok or a YouTube short, clip it, post it in the clip section on Discord, and then at the end of each month, I'm going to do a giveaway of something. I still don't know what the something is, but there'll be a giveaway of something to a randomly selected person who suggested one that we ended up using. So all the ones that we use each month, so that'll be 30 people most months, because there's usually 30 days in a month. You'll have a 1 in 30 chance of winning something if your clip gets used. Obviously, more than that, if you get 5 clips used, you'll have a 1 in 6 chance of winning then. You get the idea. What was the t-shirt? There was a Malachi Black t-shirt and a Jungle Boy t-shirt. Money clip is a very hipster thing. Even if it's a wrestling-themed money clip. I never carry cash. I haven't carried cash for years, so I have no use for a money clip. Still don't know what we're going to do the giveaway of, though. So if anyone's got any suggestions for that. Just tuned in. How are Leamington doing this season so far? We're looking good for the playoffs, but not a chance of going up as champions, which means it'll be the 3rd season in a row we'll have been in these playoffs. Next network save, just whip out the clip to show off my new budget. Come on, we'll be fine. We're gonna win. We're gonna win the league. Notts County, you're gonna get a 20-point deduction, hopefully. Any chance they've been cheating and there could be a points deduction? Because that would be super around about now. Come on, boys. Theodros is in, look. Oh, he's a superstar. He didn't score. Socks for the giveaway. What, just socks in general? My old socks. Joyce, thank you very much for 3 months.
If you have to put your own money on winning the playoffs this season, how much would you be willing to
if I had to put my own money on winning the playoffs this season, how much would I be willing to bet? Nothing. I only like to bet when I've got an edge, and I don't think I'd have an edge in that bet. Have I ever actually seen a points deduction in FM? Yes. Yes, I have. They call me Kevy 0 times in this universe. Oh, what a horrible thought. Can you imagine a world where I'm not the greatest manager that's ever lived? I don't think I'd want to be in such a world. What's my current playoff record? I mean, you're only as good as your last playoffs. Or your next playoffs, let's say. I haven't lost a playoff this week. We don't... Oh, it's not... no, we're not saying I've lost 11 in a row. Because we're doing my 2022 playoff record. And my 2022 playoff record is I've only played in 1. And unfortunately, we didn't win it. So we're doing... The record's reset for 2022. It's not 11 in a row that I've lost at all. Which is ridiculous. There'll never be another record like it. When we eventually do win one, I will never again go this many without winning one. I guarantee it. That is an unfortunate goal there. We'll be fine. We're going to win these playoffs this season. We're going to go in. This is potentially, and obviously we are still 7 games away, so I don't want to speak too soon. But this could be the first time in a long time we're going into the playoffs as a team in form. Most of the playoffs we've played in those 11, we've started the season really well and then fallen off as the season has gone on. We've done the reverse this year. We started terribly, and all season long we've been getting better and better. This is the highest in the table we've been all year. In 4th place. If we can squeeze into the top 3 whilst carrying on winning and being in really good form, we'll go into the playoffs as the form team. And if we can just get into the top 3 to get that advantage of not having to play in the quarterfinals, then I think we're looking really good. Who in the Vanarama North should I start with? Leamington. They're great. It's a really easy job. Theodros is a striker, everybody. Who knew? Who knew that he was a striker, eh? Who'd have thought? This is a nice goal as well. Goodrum playing deep again. Is starting to be involved more in the creation side of things. This might be the front four. This might be the system we were looking for. Obviously, Okoronkwo would be in there if he was fit, but he's not for a while. So we go with Armstrong back in there. My boy, Armstrong Okoflex. The greatest name in professional football. Yes, Leamington are professional now. It's one of the reasons why this season was such a tough start, because the transfer window was ruined by the fact we were professional and couldn't afford anybody. How many player instructions do I have on? Not many, if any. Probably not any. Oh, look at that from Chiesa. We're going to grab another goal here. It's Armstrong Okoflex. Oh, Scully's in. All 6'7" of him. Mark Scully grabs a goal. Look at the size of that man. There's so much of him. Oh. Beautiful. It's the kind of goal you can only score if you're 6'7". Kyle Hudlin is 6'9". Never heard of him, other than always in the comments section to every video. But of course, I would never sign him because he's never come up on a scout report, so he's obviously not any good. He was just someone who exploited the match engine early on when crosses were really, really overpowered, wasn't he? Dev can return the favour, do a tutorial for Zealand to win the Streamer Showdown more often. I've made a video telling them all how I win the Streamer Showdown. None of them watched it. There is a video on the channel called something like How I Keep Winning the Streamer Showdown, where I literally sit and explain how I'm doing it. The only person who's watched it is Clates. And then he went and won a couple of showdowns off the back of it. By doing things the Kev way. And then taking it to the extreme with his crowdsourced squads and tactics. Which we didn't do around here. When's the next Streamer Showdown? Is it next week or the week after? I can't work it out without having a calendar. The 20-something of January, I think. Oh, there you go. A week tomorrow, apparently. Are there any other streamers you may be invited into another network game in the future? Maybe. There wasn't a lot of thought into us deciding who the four were going to be for this one. It just seemed obvious for the four of us to do it. Because we've worked together so much now through the showdowns and through doing various bits and pieces with SI and stuff like that. So it just seemed easy to just... it wasn't a case of we went out there and interviewed each other or anything like that. It was just, yeah, shall we do it? I think the four of us were having a group chat and said, should we do a network game? So we did a network game. We might invite someone else in at some point, but I think in order to invite someone else in, you have to get rid of someone. Because I think 4 is probably the limit. It takes long enough with the 4 of us. I don't think you want more than 4 in there. So I don't know, probably not. That's not to say none of us will ever do network games with other groups. I mean, Ben's doing a second network game at the moment, isn't he, with someone else? Another group of people. And I'm sure other people will crop up with their own network games if they haven't already. Just like before the Streamer Showdown, there wasn't really much in the way of competitions. But post Showdown, Roberts is really good in the air. Post Showdown, there's tournaments all over the place, isn't there? So I'm sure Twitch will be swarming with network games at some point, if it's not already. That is a lovely header from Roberts. That's 2 really good headers in the last 3 or 4 games from him. He heads it really hard. Flying Hippo, thank you very much for 12 months as a sub. Officially the best year of your life. And I think your nuts have just gone silver, maybe? Or bronze? What colour are your nuts after a year? Can everyone quickly just check your nuts, see what colour they are? We need to know what colour Flying Hippo's nuts are. How about a second division with promotion and relegation? The 4 of you in the top tier, and perhaps people like Tom, Clates, Mike. Yeah, but you wouldn't be able to do that all in the same save, would you? Because that would really delay things. And then what would be the point then? It's similar. People have had that kind of discussion around the Showdown a lot. And I think you got to remember the purpose of the content. We didn't do the network game as the 4 of us because we're the 4 greatest Football Manager players in the history of the universe and no one else is as good as us. We did it because the 4 of us work well together as a 4 and we knew it would create good content. So to then change that 4 up because Jack finished bottom so he's not allowed to be part of the group anymore and you have to bring someone else in, it just seems dumb. I don't know why you'd do that. I mean, them lot should do their own network game. They're great fun. I'd never played. This is the first network game I've ever played in. Oh, that's really poor from their goalkeeper. So other creators should group up and do network games together. But I don't think you'd do promotion and relegation into different groups because then it's I don't know, it's like taking Ringo out of the Beatles and replacing him with Beyonce because she won the championship. Roberts is just... That's a hat... Is that a hat trick? Oh no, the previous one was disallowed. Jack resigning is all the content that series ever needed. Exactly. And obviously when I talked about taking Ringo out of the Beatles, I obviously meant Jack. Who we all know is Ringo. What's up? Well, you should stop doing his room then. Posture check. There you go. And hydration. Yeah, someone summed it up well there. I've lost it now. Network game isn't a competition, it's a content creator series. Yeah, exactly. It's entertainment, it's not a competition. And that's from the guy who won. Even I will admit it's not competition. It's all about creating good content. I mean, I put a whole video out yesterday. It didn't have any Football Manager in it, really. It was just all mocking Jack. And it's one of the best videos that's ever been on the channel. Chris did an excellent job editing that together. Just joined. How's it going? It's going good, but we are looking at the playoffs again. We are playing very, very well. Basically, the whole series is about farming Jack for content. Yeah, exactly. Everton are expected to approach Derby for permission to speak to Wayne Rooney. Oh, fantastic. Fantastic. Now, everyone could come out of this a winner. Because if Everton pay 30 million for him to come in as their manager and help Derby out of their financial pickle, but they'll still get relegated because they don't have Rooney anymore, then everybody wins. That would be the perfect thing. But, yeah, I still just want him to leave. Give the rest of us a chance. He's been doing too well. Oh, dear. Deary me. Too many late nights. I'm a mess. Ah. Rooney should stay at Derby. He shouldn't make the same mistake Lampard did. But Lampard made the move after not really doing particularly well at Derby. Lampard and Rooney are very different situations at Derby. Lampard spent a load of money and underachieved and got the Chelsea job, whereas Rooney has had no money, no players, is massively overachieving and is being offered a much lower tier job. It's not like he's going to Manchester United, he's going to Everton. It would be like Lampard going to West Ham rather than Chelsea, having actually done quite well. Did Lampard take them to a playoff final with a bunch of kids? No, he took them to a playoff final with Mason Mount and Tomori, and he spent £5 million on Jack Marriott and didn't play him because he was his cheapest striker. He had loads of money and Chelsea youngsters. And even then only made the playoff final and bottled it. Had Harry Wilson as well. There you go. Right. This should just about save us now. Rooney for me is a true Everton boy as he came through the ranks. Lampard's not chosen. Well, yeah, exactly. Is this the hardest FM game of recent years? Yes. Lampard also did a very good first season at Chelsea with the transfer ban, Hazard leaving, Kante and playing the youngsters. Yeah, I agreed. He did fine. Which is why I think Rooney would do fine at Everton. But if you compare the one season they each had managing Derby in the Championship, Rooney's done a much better job than Lampard did. What makes this FM more difficult than the others? It's difficult to put the finger on it. I think just having to manage fitness more than anything. It was the nerfing of gegenpress, I guess. There's no one tactic fits all anymore like there has been in previous years. People will try and tell you there is, but there absolutely isn't in FM22. You very much have to do a tactic that suits the players that you've got and adjust accordingly, whereas in the past, you could shoehorn just about anybody into a 4-2-3-1 gegenpress and you'd be all right. You can't do that in FM22. Check the form table. We must be top of the form table. Right up there with Notts County. 5 wins from 5 on the form table. That's how we want to be going into the playoffs. We're not going to win the league. We can't win the league. We're too far behind Notts County and they're still winning as often as we are. But if we're the form team going into the playoffs, I think we've got a real chance. Top clubs, you can still do that. I disagree that at top clubs you can do that. I think it depends on the top club you're at and the profile of players that they've got. If you're at a club full of aging players, I don't think you can do that at all. All right. Let's just keep winning. Enough time for the playoffs. A lot depends on how Andy is when he gets home and realizes he doesn't have his new bed. We might be very, very quickly ending the stream in the next 10 or 15 minutes if he comes home and he's not happy. Otherwise, we'll be going through till just before 4 o'clock as normal. I don't think either way we're going to get the playoffs in because we've got 6 or 7 games left. Yeah, 6 games left. I think even finishing the season is a bit of a push before 4 o'clock. But I will be streaming again tomorrow. We should be streaming every day this week now. Now we've got through yesterday. The only reason I didn't stream yesterday is that Anna was supposed to have a hospital appointment for an x-ray on her back. But they cancelled it last minute. Cancelled it like lunchtime. And by then, I'd not made my video for the day and I'd done other stuff instead and kind of worked around the fact I knew I was going out with her for a bit. I could make my video when we got back and then we didn't go and it was like, well, I haven't made a video. So that's why I didn't stream yesterday. But it should be good for the rest of the week. Everything else permitting. When's the network game this week? Thursday, as usual, don't know the time. We usually discuss it the day before. When I say discuss it, one of us will be like, it's network game day tomorrow. What time are we doing it? And then we'll take it from there. I think it's safe to assume it's usually 7 o'clock in the evening. That was officially the usual time we agreed at the start. But it just moves. It's been other times as often as it's been that so far. But 7 o'clock in the evening is usual time, but it varies from that. Depending on what else is going on. If there's any football on this week, for example, it won't be in the evening. Or if Zealand's got to blow dry his chest hair at a certain time, it'll be moved. Oh, Frenchie with a double save there. What a man. I'm playing a Gegenpress with Southampton, second season, my first one here. I'm joint top with Liverpool after 28 games. What I found with trying to do a Gegenpress in that way is you do start well, and then as the season goes on and injuries start to accumulate, you start to fall off. Oh, Armstrong's back. That's what we found a number of times in this save. We start a season really well. It's why I've moved away from the Gegenpress. Well, it's not why I've moved away from the Gegenpress at Schalke. The main reason we've done that is because the team was so old, they couldn't cope with the Gegenpress. And then we stumbled across something else that seems to suit the players that we've got better than the Gegenpress did. Alexander, thank you very much for the raid. A Portuguese invasion, eh? Well, welcome to the people of Portugal. How are you doing? You are currently witnessing us trying to win. Well, we're not even trying to win the playoffs yet. We're trying to get into the playoffs, which seems to be going quite well currently. It's the quarter-final of the Fat Cup, the FA Trophy. We're trying to win that as well. Welcome along. How are you doing? Have you had a lovely time doing Portuguese things, which I assume is what you've all been up to? Bunch of rascals. Right. That'll do. That will do. Smiggy, 24 months. What a wonderful thing. Thank you very much. Well, that was going to be a wonder goal there. We were doing British things with Man City, in fact. Well, I never. British things, eh? I I was just looking behind the goal there, and there was a massive arrow pointing away from the corner flag, and it really distracted me. It's because there's a big security gate there. Getting promoted. Hopefully we can do the Wembley double. Win the Fat Cup and win the playoffs. That'd be beautiful. This is the quarter-final of the Fat Cup. And we are clinging on to a 1-0 lead at the moment. My boy Armstrong is got tired little legs though. So probably need to take him off. Let's get the 6'7" monster on up front. Shuffle them around like that. I mean, to be honest, they all want to play there. Is this going to be a big problem doing that? It's probably where it all goes wrong. But none of them really want to play wide, so we'll just bring that in a little bit more centrally. We're 4th in the league, but Notts County are like 20 points ahead of us, top of the table. We had a really bad start to the season, so we're not going to go up automatically. Oh, David Roberts, his heading has come on leaps and bounds this afternoon. Heading's back, boys and girls. That's like the 4th time we've seen him do that in the last 2 hours. What is going on? Have they patched the game again and brought Heading back? Because I'm very happy if that's what's happened. This arrow really distracted me. Or is he just taken a big jump up in ability? Because he was already too good for non-league. That's why we sold him for as much money as we did. Far post free kicks are very strong. Is there any way to sign Roberts on a free in the summer? I really doubt it. I mean, if we get promoted, maybe. When's his West Brom contract expire? Oh, you know what? Maybe. That'd be absurd. If we sold him to West Brom, he spent his entire West Brom career on loan to us, and then we signed him back again. That would be brilliant. But he's only 6'1", jumping reach 16, heading of 9. Does anyone want to explain to me why that man has scored 4 headed goals in the last 2 hours? And done it so dominantly as well? His headers are all bullet headers. Bravery of 15. Is that what does it? Today I had a game with 4 goals from headers. Maybe SI listened to us. Hooray. Jumping, reach, strength, bravery, height combo. Whatever it is, I'm enjoying it in action. And we are now in the semi-final of the Fat Cup. When's the draw? The draw's there. I don't know who's left in this competition, but I do quite fancy winning it now. I wasn't into it before, but now I'd quite like to win it. And having to play these extra games definitely means we're probably not going to finish the season today. Definitely means probably. Wonderful use of language there. Everyone else marking the 6'7" monster, maybe. I mean, what's his jumping reach? So he's 6'7" with a jumping reach of 15. Roberts is 6'1" with a jumping reach of 16. This is why jumping reach, the whole jumping reach height thing doesn't make any sense to me. You're not telling me Roberts can get to higher crosses than Scully can. Not a chance. I've just skipped over the draw again. Right. What have we got then? Weymouth or Stockport face Southport, face Port Vale. And then Gloucester or Boston face us. Boston would be fun. Or Gloucester would be even more fun because they're in the league below. I mean, either of them seem beatable. Boston are 21st in our division. Gloucester are 4th in the division below. You've got to believe Wembley is in our future one way or the other. Whether it's through the playoffs or through the Fat Cup. Mark Scully in my save is a 6'7" monster, a man starting for Man City. I want him badly. I'm getting stories like that about a lot of new gens this year. I guess he must be a name in the game guy. Because he's a 6'7" striker. I bet he's got the same date of birth as your Man City guy. But he doesn't appear until there. So I think, Scotty, you're still a researcher, aren't you? Is that how they're doing name in the game this year? Are they bringing him in as new gens a year or two further in? Because I got it with Hoyenhal, the goalkeeper we've got at Schalke. There's about 3 or 4 people who've said they've got a Norwegian goalkeeper called Hoyenhal in their save, who's really good. But he's a new gen who doesn't appear until a couple of seasons into the game. It's been like that a while. I came in at Cleethorpes on my save. Well, there you go. So yeah, he's a name in a game person, Scully. So he'll be a researcher or something like that. So are you in this safe somewhere, Scotty? Other than the fact we've already put you in. No. Never mind. Yeah, Tabakaru, Lazarov. Yeah, Tabakaru's, it comes up in a lot of people's saves. Wasn't, what's it, the striker we had at home last year? Wasn't he another one? I can't remember his name. The little guy who scored all the goals, who wasn't Juan Jose. I'm sure he was one as well. What the hell was his name? Yeah, Sandro Veloso. He's one as well, isn't he? Kim Christian Hoyenhal is not a regen. Sure? I think it's the same thing again. I think he's I mean, he's got a new gen face. I think he's a name in a game person. I've seen the name in several saves. He's 16 in my game. Yeah, but he's a new gen. He's not a real player. But he'll always be a Norwegian goalkeeper. Weirdly, it seems he's always a Norwegian goalkeeper who's quite good. So, do they weight the new gens a little bit now, Scotty? Is that how it works? Or is this guy a 15-year-old in real life and they've stuck him in by making him a new gen, but he is 15 in real life? But he'll be someone who works on the game in some way. What name in the game get different positions? I don't think so. I know Dave Vazapardi last year was always a left back, wasn't he? It's a new gen. An FM tester has that name. There you go. Yeah, I know Dave Vazapardi was always a left back. And Millie was always a right winger, I think, last year. But it just seems Hoyenhal is always an international whenever he comes up. Is that just because there's so few Norwegian goalkeepers that it just means he automatically always becomes an international? Or what's the situation there? Why is he always Norway's international goalkeeper when Scotty's so rubbish he's not even in the game? We set our favoured clubs and nationality. He's 25 in my save and never left Norway. Okay. Just had an alert that my NordVPN subscription's about to expire. Need to get back in touch with them. Can I have an extension, please? Or do I have to put !NordVPN into the chat and get 2 years with a massive discount and 1 month for free? It seems silly that you're paying me and then I pay you, but I can do it that way if you want. But if you could just extend it, please and thank you. I love my NordVPN. It's great. Smash Barnet. I will do my best. Actually bought NordVPN using your code last week. Thank you very much. Good old NordVPN. They've been a support that if that's expiring, that means they've been sponsoring the streams for over a year now, which is awesome. Quite nice having a stream sponsor. Takes the pressure off you lot with the old subs. I don't have to have that bar on the screen anymore for a donation target. It's nice. NordVPN have got you covered. Is it wrong to only want a job with SI to have my name on everyone? Scottish right back. I mean, be a tester for him. There must be a way to do relatively little to. I mean, let's face it, Dave Azzopardi got in the game. When I was doing the research for Posh, I was in there for a couple of years. Although back then, I don't think you got in as a player. I remember being a staff member. I kept coming through as a scout. Not a job, we don't get paid. You get a free copy of the game. That's basically getting paid. Unless that's changed since I did it. I can't imagine it would. I will hydrate. Most hipster football club? Ooh, good question. I don't know why. There's no logic behind this. The first name that leapt into my head was West Brom, but I have no explanation for why. As I was reading the question out, my head was going, West Brom, West Brom, West Brom, but I have no idea why. Oh yeah, it's got to be Forest Green. Absolutely, it's Forest Green. Because not only do they only serve vegan food at the stadium, but isn't the stadium carbon neutral as well? Does anyone know if you can buy a US sports subscription and use a VPN to watch it? Yes, you can. I assume you can. I've not specifically done it with sports, but I've done it with Hulu Plus, and I've watched like US Netflix, US Disney Plus. Is it Hulu Plus? Is that what it's called? The thing that they put all the DC movies on last year, whenever that was a thing. Whichever one that was, I did. Might have been HBO, Hulu. Someone will know. I don't have it anymore, but I used NordVPN to do it. Was it HBO? HBO. There you go. It was something American. HBO Max. That's the one. That's the one. Yeah, I did it with that last year to watch those movies. So I assume you can do it with sports as well. I certainly don't know why you wouldn't be able to do it with sports. All the Prem and Champions League games on DAZN. I'm not sure. I know someone was telling me all championship games are on DAZN in Canada. If you do a Canadian DAZN subscription, you can watch all the championship games. That's what someone was suggesting to me for watching Posh this year. But in the end, I just did the Posh Plus thing and give the money to the club rather than to a Canadian TV company. It's not DAZN, it's Days In. Well, when I've heard it discussed on the Wrestling Observer radio show, they always say DAZN. So I will say DAZN until I'm told otherwise. I admit you've just told me otherwise, but you're not Dave Meltzer. Right. 5 more games. Plus Boston in the semi-final of the Fat Cup. We need Port Vale and Ebbsfleet to stop winning. We want to get into that top 3 because you get preferential playoffs then. Zone is something for fights, Kev, which is why Meltzer bangs on about it. Oh yeah, I know that. I also know they have championship football on in Canada on DAZN. Because someone else told me that. Isn't DAZN coming to UK anyway? Or has already arrived in the UK? Wasn't there something about them buying BT Sport? Or am I confusing stories? BT Sport was becoming DAZN, or we're bringing, or maybe we're having DAZN, or I don't know. There you go. Someone else saying, are DAZN not buying BT Sport? Yeah, I'm sure that's what I heard. So I don't know what impact that'll have when that happens. Was I buying BT for 800 million? That is crazy money. Crazy, crazy money. BT Sport are losing money hand over fist. It's because it's such a ball ache to get. And it's so expensive as an add-on. We're in a world where people are used to paying whatever, what, £10 a month for Netflix? However much it is per year for Prime. I think it's, what, £60 a year for Disney Plus? Or 80 maybe for Prime? A tenner a month for Netflix, a tenner a month for Spotify. And there's BT just wading in going, yeah, £25 a month, please. Or whatever ridiculous price it is. It just doesn't really add up. So I can understand why they're losing money. They've spent all that money on getting all the sport that they've stolen from everywhere else. And now nobody has it because it's one subscription too far. Sky really worth £140 a month? I mean, I don't pay £140 a month for Sky. Who's paying £140 a month for Sky? I think my Sky's like £80 a month. I think I pay about £80 a month for Sky and then another 60 or 70 for BT just for the internet. So I guess if you're getting your internet through Sky, maybe it's more.
Just noticed Prime sub ran out.
AJ, thank you for 7 months. Mine's £100 a month, that includes my internet and Netflix. Yeah, my Netflix is included in my Sky, which is basically the only reason we have Sky Movies, because we had Netflix anyway. So it was, when they sold it to us, it was basically, you can if you've got Netflix anyway, you can effectively get Sky Movies basically for free by getting the Sky Movies bundle, which gives you free Netflix. So that's why we now have Sky. We'd never had Sky Movies before. I'm £80 all in with Netflix minus cinema. Then I don't know how. I think I'm 80 with movies, but that's not. Do you have internet on yours? I don't have internet on mine. But I do have 2 Sky Q boxes as well. Like the main one plus 2 extra ones. One in here, one in the kitchen. I'm pretty sure it's 80 quid to pay for that. Ah, so you've got the internet. Okay. So your internet is costing the same as my movies and 2 extra boxes, I guess. Which I suppose seems fair. I know I pay way over the odds for my internet with BT, but it's stupidly fast and I need it for work. So, business expense! Andy's not back from school yet. No, you haven't heard the different honk yet. You'll know it when you hear it, if you hear it. We don't know if it's loud enough yet for the microphone. But I'm sure it'll be fine. It's just there's the off chance he might not react very well to it. Currently pay £30 a month for Sky Sports, cinema and entertainment through Now TV. No 4K, but worth the saving. See, I don't think I could go back to to high definition now after 4K. I'm too used to it. Just need to find the cheapest country with a UK sports subscription and get them on NordVPN. Easy. That is easy. That's the way you should all do it. Which reminds me, email Nord after the stream to get my subscription extended. That's where this all started. Oh, we're winning again. Beautiful stuff. We're so good at football now. We have had the traffic report today. We've not done the weather yet, though. Oh, that's unfortunate. I think that's offside. That is offside. Weather, it is freezing cold. For like the last 2 days, the frost hasn't left the roofs of the houses. Or like there's frost on the pavements. It's not snow, it's not ice, it is just frost. Where it is just cold, really, really cold. I want to see. In fact, apparently it's 8 degrees. No, 5 degrees out there now, not 8. That was a mistake. It's 5 degrees out there now. It feels colder than that though. It was -2 when the alarm went off this morning. It's cold. Waiting eagerly for Kev to start losing so we can go into the playoffs with shocking form as usual. It's not far off, don't worry. Have I figured out how to get the best out of Theodros? Yeah, occasionally play him up front. But he's having to play in midfield because we lost Maghoma. He's just an enigma. We'll never get the best out of him consistently. He's a talent that we don't know how to harness. He's a luxury player that we don't really need, but we really, really want. He's one of them. We've gotten about half a foot of snow. The warmest we got last week was -5. 2 above would be a heat wave here in Minnesota. See, we never really get weather like that, though. I don't think there's ever been a time in my lifetime, bear in mind I turned 40 this year, I never remember 6 inches of snow in my life. My dad tells stories of like 3 feet of snow when he was a kid. And I just think it's because he was short and he didn't understand measurements yet. The most snow I ever remember in my lifetime is like a couple of inches, maybe. Oh my word. We nearly threw 3 points away here. 2010, Kev. Why are you saying 2010? Certainly where I lived, we didn't get more than a couple of inches in my lifetime. If there was lots of snow back in 2010, then it wasn't where I lived. -3 here at the moment, been the same the last 5 hours. Wowzers. We got several feet up north a bit when I was a kid, but not since the 90s. Yeah, see, I've never experienced anything like that. Halloween in 1991, we got 18 inches in one day and we still went trick-or-treating. I think the country would just grind to a halt if we got half of that. Back in 2012, we got 95 centimetres of snow in about 24 hours on the southwest coast of Norway. That's madness. I live in London. We get about an hour of snow per year. See, that sounds more like it. Have I ever thought about doing commentary for wrestling like I do? Like an FBM? What's FBM? Oh, Football Manager, maybe. Is that what you mean? I don't think I'd be a very good wrestling commentator. I don't know enough of the moves. I've been watching wrestling 30 years. More than 30 years. But I don't know all of the technical names for the moves. I'd be like JR. I'd need an Excalibur alongside me telling me the names of the moves. I'd just be there to say things like slobber knocker. That's all I could do. Or I could do a Joey Styles style, just screaming and getting really excited. but I couldn't actually accurately describe what was going on. I could throw in the odd Vince McMahon, what a maneuver! I could give you every time I don't know the name of a move, just what a maneuver! Vince's crutch from when he used to do commentary. He's done a wrestling. Yeah, that would be my thing. He's only gone and done a wrestling. I can't believe it. No, if I was ever to do anything in wrestling, I'd want to be a heel manager. But I don't want to take any bumps. I'm too delicate to take bumps. I think I'd be a good heel manager. I'm too old to start taking bumps at my age. English version of the New Japan Japanese commentators just scream loudly in unison. What I noticed about the English commentary at Wrestle Kingdom, is it Chris Charlton, the guy who was originally the translator and now does commentary? He was just sat there using a Blue Yeti microphone. I'm looking at it thinking, I mean, seriously, you're using worse kit than I use. Kevin Kelly's there doing it from his own house. I could be doing Wrestle Kingdom commentary. Give it to me. I have better gear. Your manager still has to take a chair every once in a while. Yeah, see, I'm not interested in that. I'm too delicate. Oh my word, Frenchie. Remember there was a time when we dropped Frenchie? Can you believe there was a world where we didn't play Frenchie week in, week out? The man is a world-class goalkeeper. He might be the best goalkeeper I've had on FM22. Bloomin' Frenchie. You're about to hear the new style honk, I think. Wait for it. Told you it was different. Lionheart. He's no Frenchie. Watch Frenchie bottle this one. Yeah, I mean, it's not ideal. Because it was a big bus before, now it's a mini bus, so it's a less meaty honk. It honks so that we know when he's home, so we can go out there and get him off the bus. Oh, let's not be losing. Scunthorpe are just below us as well. That's not ideal. Encourage! Come on, boys. Do a football. Theodros is going to do a special football. Come on now. Why is Scunthorpe even in this league? What's gone on there? I remember 10 years ago, just over 10 years ago probably, when I was travelling around the UK for the Best Thing From podcast, we went to Scunthorpe and then to the seaside, and the title of that episode was something on the lines of, we stood in a championship penalty area and a beach on the same day or something. It's probably quippier than that at the time, but they were in the championship back then. What's gone wrong there? They're rubbish. I mean, excellent summary. More! You what?
I'm picking him up from 8:30.
They're picking him up from 8:30.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because they get school too early and he gets out of the chair and gets really anxious.
Yeah, seems about right. Does that mean I can have an extra half hour in bed? I think that's exactly what it means. So he's getting picked up half an hour later, but I'm only allowed 15 more minutes in bed? Where's the justice? Everyone, tell Anna that's an injustice. You're about to be told that's an injustice. But here it comes. Look there, look. Anytime now, people will be saying, why, Anna? That's an injustice. She's right, that's fair. Oh, for goodness sake. Seems fair, seems reasonable. You're all turds.
How's your fingers?
They're good. Do you want to do some finger football? Finger time?
Fingers.
Do you want to be a blue or a red finger? The ball's down there. Can you reach that?
I'm not gonna.
Hold on, I'm getting it with my foot, monkey style.
My back really hurts.
Hold on, I can't get it monkey style. Oh, it's between both feet. It's between both feet. Hold on. Hold on. Ah, is it even there? Where's the ball gone? I've lost my ball. There it is. Ball. Right, one moment. Anna, finger time. Come on.
It's not red blue.
Hold on. You have to have two.
Oh, what?
Well, have you ever seen someone play football with only one boot on? You need two. So, then you have a goal. So, one moment, we'll get back to this important game in a minute. There's a goal there and a goal here. I'll have to swap hands. So, get your fingers on the pitch.
No one can see us.
Yeah, but they can just imagine it. It's like radio commentary. They know what's probably going on.
Sorry, yes.
It's a good game, isn't it? We'll get a finger camera.
That sounds good.
Yeah, for when it's finger time, we'll get a special camera so everyone can watch finger time with it. She's gone. That entertained that nonsense for longer than I thought she would, to be fair. Right. Where's my mouse gone? Oh, it's over here. Right. Don't, like, esports people have finger cameras. That is a thing. I'm not making the finger camera up. Now I'm being told to be quiet. Can you imagine? I think he's just discovered he's not got his new bed.
He wants a bed.
I know he wants a bed. There's not much we can do about it. Is he coping with it, though?
Hope you're well.
It's 13. I don't know. Perhaps he likes what's her face off of House. She was called 13, wasn't she? The Davy Scoop, thank you for 14 months. And the Mighty Swans, thank you for 21 months. Right, let's have an equalizer here. At the very least, we need an equalizer. Oh, see, that would have been the time for a thunderous header. Right, here we go. He's well offside. Unless we ignore him. Scully! All 6'7" of him. No. No. This. Right, hold on. Probably too late for this corner, but have we actually got Scully on the near post? Can what do what and the what? Yes, you can. Dave, welcome along. Hello, David. Can you go that way? Thank you. You can go behind me, not between my legs. Right. It's too late for this corner, but hopefully we'll get one more. Oh, Scully still gets on the end of it, even though he's nowhere to be seen. Can you see Dave? I doubt it from this camera angle. I need to set up some more cameras in here. I spent all that money this time last year on the Camlink Pro that has 4 HDMI inputs on it, and I only use one. I've got all these cameras. I've got cameras everywhere in here. Cameras all over the place. I could set up some more cameras. There's another one here. There's a spare one back there. There's another one Down here, there's cameras all over the place. We need to set up some new cameras in here. But we might save that for next month. Don't know if I mentioned quite a painful tax bill this month. Need to tighten the belts just a smidgen. I've not got HDMI cable money this month. I spent it all on finger football. Oh, God. What is wrong with me? It's okay, Kev. There are business expenses. Yeah, but I still have to pay for... We talked about this earlier. I still have to pay for them. Me and the business are the same entity. A bit of shady business there. So you're selling the cameras on the black market? No, they're just remnants from 5 years of vlogging. They're all broken in their own way. So this one, you can see that there's no dial on the top of it there. The viewfinder thing is broken off. The flip screen doesn't go any further around than that. This one, the flip screen is hanging off the back of. This one, I think it is literally held together by tape at the bottom there. This one's quite new and is still in good order. But yeah, they're all broken in their own way, because being a daily vlogger for as long as I was, taking your camera with you everywhere, they get smashed up and broken really quite quickly. Are we signing any of the released youngsters? That's an excellent point. We haven't even looked at them, have we? We just brought them in on trial and haven't even had a look. I mean, it's mainly because they're not going to be good enough for us at this level, so we're probably not. Lloyd Berry, 5-star potential. See, I don't even know if he's going to be good enough if we get promoted. Well, we can't offer you a signing on fee. Come on, £300 a week is plenty. Don't quibble with me over £25, you rascal. Do anyone else with 5-star potential? I mean, he's kind of the pick of the bunch, isn't he? I think we'll wait until summer. We don't know what division we're going to be in. Oh, I see, Chester. I see. You want my Lloyd, do you? Best Hovonda kids. We haven't got any of them. I mean, this could give me some excellent non-League Legend spoilers, because presumably these guys all exist in that save as well. Shall I sign Jesus Alberto Padilla? I wonder if there's any names on there that I'd recognise. Probably not. Looking for anyone who ended up becoming good a few years later that I might have signed. See the right back? That's the guy. Yeah, Man City right back. We signed him at Posh, didn't we? I think. Signed him on loan. Is he the guy? He's not the guy we had at Posh in defence, is he? Because I think we signed him from Bolton. Freese was 17th, was he? Oh, there he is. Excellent eye. Schalke's left back. Just do all that. Palasconis was on there as well. Palasconis, I think it was in Non-League Legend. Palasconis won the Next Gen Award the year after I left, I think. Right. What's the time? We've probably got time for one, maybe two more matches before our non-League to Legend cut-off. If you haven't seen today's non-League to Legends thumbnail, it's an episode today. It's an episode. Right, Boston off of the National League North. Or was it the other one? Who were in Boston in our league or the league below? They're in this league, but they're rubbish. Boston, who are rubbish, versus Leamington, who are destined for the Football League. Can we beat them to secure a spot at Wembley in the Fat Cup? Having gained information from another save you do doesn't really fit into realism mode. I'm not going to use any information. I've not memorized those 50 names. I was looking for players that I already knew from the other save to see if they were also good in this one rather than the other way around. Come on! Have you thought about getting into DDP yoga to help with my diet? I've done DDP yoga before. There's a video of me from about 4 years ago doing some DDP yoga. When are we getting the Christmas tree point emote? When someone makes it for me, I will use it. What's Scotty deleting now? Is he abusing his power? Boston, the same team who cheated their way to the conference title with Steve Irvins and the Bungs. I completely agree with Liam. You know they cheated, Scotty. Bunch of cheats. Steve Evans should have gone to prison. Bringing up 20-year news. Yeah, exactly. Cheats. We'll lose him. This is no good. We can't lose against Boston. Boston. A bunch of people famous for cough sweets. This is the start of the terrible form, isn't it? We lost our last game in the league. We're now going to lose these semi-finals and we're going to go into the playoffs clinging on to 7th place and then get knocked out in the quarter-final. It's like I can see the future. Oh. Come on! Here we go. This is the goal. Give it to Occoflex. How long will I be streaming? Another 5 or 10 minutes? Got to stop in time for you to watch Non-League to Legend at 4 o'clock. Oh, Frenchie's at it again! Oh, Frenchie. Frenchy, French. He doesn't have a first name. Ignore that. His first name is Frenchie. His full name is Frenchie French. Oh, Frenchie. French. Anna's going to come in a minute. That's going to be what a Frenchie is. That'll learn her. Right. Should we get Roberts on? He's not very good. Big advert for him there. Come on, boys. How do I feel about half the championship being up for FFP punishments, with many of them basing it on losses due to the pandemic? Hopefully, loads of points deductions. Well up for all of it. Yes, please. I don't care if Posh stay up on a technicality. Ultimately, we're one on a profit. We're run at a profit, and we don't mess around with any of this financial doping. So, yeah, get all the cheats relegated. Posh to stay in the championship. Posh to finish mid-table on a technicality. I'm here for it. Give me more. ultimately, we're at a disadvantage because we don't financially dope. So we've got a worse squad because of it, because we play within the rules. So I don't really care why they're failing FFP. Pandemic or not, we went through the pandemic as well and still kept within the rules. So yeah, punish the teams that have cheated by getting players they couldn't afford to then end up with better squads than us. The league table reflects the fact they've cheated. They should be punished and pushed down because of it. Who cheated? Well, Derby cheated, didn't they? Reading cheated. Hopefully more. Absolutely expected that. They didn't cheat the same way the others did, but it was unsustainable. Pandemic just accelerated that. What, Bristol City? Is that who we is there? Thoughts on Blackpool this season? I'd like some of whatever they took, please. Because they were a poor side last year in League One. Who scraped up through the playoffs, and then all of a sudden they're miraculous. Don't really get it. It can only be like a mental thing, an attitude thing. Because ability-wise, I look at their squad, I look at our squad, and think I don't really understand. Don't really get it. I think sort of having been there, done that in the past, I think does count for a lot. We come up into a league like this expecting to get relegated, and I don't know, maybe Blackpool come up expecting to finish mid-table, and perhaps that's enough of a difference. Just that mental sort of mindset way of looking at it. I don't know. Right, we are going to squeeze in this one more game against Kings Lynn. If we lose this one as well, we'll be furious. Oh, I'll be furious. That age-old FM scripting, the other teams aren't playing the strongest team against them due to reputation. Maybe. They play like they deserve to be in the championship. Yeah, that's kind of what I mean, I guess. Ability-wise, they shouldn't be where they are, but they act like they deserve it. They act like they should be, whereas since day one, we've acted like we're afraid of it. It's a mindset thing, and I don't know where that comes from, whether that just occurs naturally over time and with experience, or whether that's something that their manager or the club culture is instilling into the whole mindset of the club or the town or whatever it is. But yeah, it's a strange one. Let's do a football, please. Yeah. We're going to struggle to get into the top three, looking at this. We need Ebbsfleet to drop some points, really. But it's not looking like happening. We're running out of time. Too little, too late. We had an excellent second half to the season, but we were so poor for the first 15 games or so. It doesn't really matter. Don't forget, it wasn't that long ago Blackpool were in the Prem. Yes, that's all the players, but it's still... Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. It's just a mentality thing about that football club. They know they can do this level of football. Whereas Posh know that every time we've been at this level, we've struggled and more often than not been relegated. So it's just different expectations, isn't it? Right, looks like we're back to some half-decent form in this match, which is nice. Nice for them to gift us a second goal there. Good finish from Goodrum as well. Always nice to see. So looking at the time, I imagine after this match we'll be rushing off fairly quickly, so you've got time to freshen your beverages and have a quick trip to the toilet before Non-League to Legend at 4 o'clock on YouTube. So just as a reminder before we get to that point, I don't know what Anna's sending me pictures of. We will be streaming again tomorrow afternoon. We'll finish the season tomorrow, so we'll have the final couple of games in the league, the playoffs. We'll hopefully, well, we will have at least the second leg of the FA Trophy semi-final. Hopefully 2 trips to Wembley tomorrow, which will be nice. And then to put the icing atop an already delicious sounding cake, we will hopefully be doing a transfer window to prepare us for life in the Football League tomorrow. That would be super, and indeed probably duper. That's what we're looking for tomorrow. Some duper would be great. Oh, it is a yummy content cake. That if I was starting a new YouTube channel now, that's what I'd call it. Yummy content cake. I might rename Kevin Chapman to Yummy Content Cake and see how many more people subscribe. Don't put a video out, just change the channel, leave it for a month. Yummy Content Cake. See how many subscribers I pick up just for having the best name on YouTube. But there we go, boys and girls. That is the end of today's stream. See how we're doing. We need Ebbsfleet to drop points. So Ebbsfleet play Barrow and Bromley, and Dave's tangling up in my headphone wires. We'll figure it all out, the permutations and stuff tomorrow. For now, I should probably say Toodle Pip so that you've got time to do all those things that you do between now and Non-League to Legend o'clock. Toodle Pip, boys and girls. Thank you very much for watching. Where's the right button? I will see you again tomorrow when we will win the league. We will win the FA Trophy. Or I'm going to fire Dave. He doesn't look happy about it. Toodle Pip, folks. Wrong button, Kev. See that? I can see Stone Cold. There he is. Oh, close up on the hand.